Thanks for downloading this episode of the Nerdball Podcast. I am your host, Lorenzo Melcher, coming to you from PB Studios in my parents' basement, like I have been for the past several months. So I will say, just like I stumbled over the word months there, I had dental work earlier in the week, and it's still not all the way better. So I may sound like I'm slurring my words. I promise you I am A-okay. So, but as I say every week, thank you for always liking, sharing, subscribing, downloading to the podcast, doing whatever you can to help the podcast grow. That's greatly appreciated. I was going to write down all my numbers, but everything's growing. Subscribers on YouTube is over 200 now, which is pretty sweet. If you ask my daughter, I need to have 1 million to be cool. So I'm not cool yet. But I'm getting there. A lot of followers on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, all that stuff. So if you see it there, like, share, subscribe, all that stuff. So thanks again and enjoy the episode.
Hi, I'm Katie Pahl.
Hi, I'm Abigail Bartolo.
And this is the Nerdball Podcast.
This is the Nerdball Podcast with Lorenzo Melcher.
Perfect. Thank you both for coming on the podcast this morning. I feel like when I invite high school kids early in the morning that you have to set a really early alarm. So hopefully It's not too bad.
No,
we started out, my first time I met you guys, you were freshman basketball players, and now you're senior volleyball players.
I know.
Yeah.
Crazy,
I even thought I was short one year when I first saw the season. I was like, you guys are juniors now? You're like, no, we're seniors. Like, oh my gosh, this is going by so fast. So thanks again for coming on.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Yeah,
thank you.
The first thing I always ask is, what is something you're nerding out about? Something you're really into. I try to get away from school or volleyball or anything like that, just because like I want something outside of that. Like you can just get away from your daily grind, or after practice I like to do this, whether it's movies, TV, cooking, running, whatever. But what is something you really nerd out about?
I can go.
Yeah.
This is kind of, I guess it's kind of school related, but I actually really like reading.
Oh, okay.
I started my book. It's like a 600-page book. I started it on Monday, and I'm like already done with it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So like my kind of getaway thing is just kind of opening up a book and just reading. But it's not like school books. It's like fantasy stuff that's like not anything like related to school at all.
Is there something you mentioned fantasy, but is there something like specific, like I like these kind of books, or is it?
It's kind of like fantasy, romance, all that kind of stuff. But nothing like history or anything like that.
So fiction stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Is that something you've always done, or?
Yeah. So I wasn't like the best at reading growing up. So that was kind of like a struggle. But like now that I'm older and like I've gotten through all like the problems, I do really enjoy reading. It's just something that I do a lot. So yeah.
I got into reading for a few years. Right out of high school, after I graduated, I got put on Adderall, and I read books like it was my job, and it was and then now I'm off of it, but now I still like enjoy reading, and I just don't have a lot of time. Do you have physical books, or do you?
I have like a whole like bookshelf in my room, and it's stuffed with books.
Yeah.
But I know it is hard to find time. So I also do like listen to them. Like when I'm in the car driving, I have like Audible or Libby, and I just like download the book and listen to it too. So.
What do you like better?
Well, Libby is free, which is nice.
That's from the library, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
But like Audible, we have like a subscription, so like I get like free credits every month.
Oh, okay.
But they're both fun.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Abigail, what about you? What do you like to do?
I like reading. Definitely not as much as Katie, but I'm more of like I like to work out or like go and like do something. Like I definitely have to be doing something like physical, whether it's like pickleball or like I said, working out. Every morning I try to go to Pilates.
Oh, okay.
Because like it's just something to start my day, and like I definitely don't have ADHD, but I have something where I just always like need to keep going. Like I need to like keep doing something. So that's why anything like with physical activity, like I'm always trying to do and learn new stuff too.
Do you like to go to parks and stuff? Like walk outside or anything like that?
Yeah. That's why I love to just go for a walk and like listen to my music, and that like totally like clears my mind and like.
What kind of music do you like to listen to?
Ooh, I'm definitely big country.
Yeah?
Yeah, a little bit of rap for like volleyball, but for like just by myself, definitely like some country.
I feel like the boys' locker room is like that too. It's like it's a lot of rap music, and then I'm sure you might be the same, but the day of the game, it's always like these same songs too that have to play.
Yeah.
So have you been? Is that something your parents were into, or is that something you just picked up on your own? Like, hey, I just want to be out doing things.
I would say my parents do that too. I feel like we do that as a family. Like golfing, we golf all summer. Me, my mom, my dad, all my brothers, everyone really likes to golf.
Okay.
So.
I think. Do you have a brother?
Yeah, Keaton Krieger.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
He plays football, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. Because he's younger than you, right?
Mm-hmm.
And every once in a while, there was a time where I'm like, this woman keeps posting about Abigail, and then there's like, oh, and there's a football. Like I never paid attention to it that he was on the football team. What grade is he in?
Oh, he's a sophomore.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Did he? Was he the one that got hurt? Did he get hurt or break his hand or his
Yeah,
arm or
yeah.
something?
He had to wear that club thing
Yeah.
on his hand for a while. Yeah.
So moving around Pilates, my wife did that in college, and she'll do it again too.
Mm-hmm.
She had me do it one time. It is very hard if you're not like into it.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, like if I miss a couple days and I go back, I'm like, man, like you
Yeah,
can tell that
no,
you miss a couple
It's
days.
definitely a burnout.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yoga's real. I like yoga too, but that is very hard. Also,
Mm-hmm.
it's I used to do this workout, and there was always a yoga aspect to it, and that was the part I hated the most because I'm not very flexible, and it's just hard to even like you're just like in this pose, like but it's hard to like hold your entire body into this one thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure. And like hot Pilates, like it's not like a bunch of like hard movements, but it's like it's so like repetitive that it's like that's what makes it hard. It's like a burning feeling
Yeah.
almost.
I've never done hot Pilates. That sounds even worse.
Oh.
terrible.
Yeah, it's
It
like
gets you.
it's so hot. It really does get you.
You're like drenched afterwards. It's so
Me and Katie's first time we went, we
Yeah.
were like standing kind of by the front and the door was open. And we were like, man, like this is not hot.
Yeah.
And then the second they closed the door, it was like place. It was
so bad.
Did you bring enough water?
Yeah.
Yeah, I usually go through like a Stanley by the time like driving there and getting home.
Yeah.
I usually drink a whole water bottle.
My daughter, it was Stanley's for a while. Now it's owalas. Do you guys have one or the other that you prefer?
I have both.
Okay.
And honestly, I think it just like depends. Like for me, I just feel like I drink the most water when I'm like sipping out of a straw. Like
Oh, yeah, okay.
So like that's like my biggest thing. As long as there's like a straw, like I'll drink it pretty
Yeah,
much.
yeah.
But
Yeah, that's why I like Stanley because of like I don't know. I like the handle and like the straw. Like I don't know. Sometimes I like zone out a lot, and like if I have my Stanley and my straw, I just drink so much water during school, and I don't
Okay.
even notice it.
yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was funny when I first started coaching basketball. Like all the water bottles, I'm used to like the Gatorade bottles, right? And then there's just a lineup of like 8 Stanleys. I'm like, what is this? What is happening right now? All right, so you're both seniors now, volleyball players, used to be basketball players. Did you play sports? We'll start with Katie. Did you play sports all like growing up?
Yeah, I did. So when I was younger, I like ran cross country, soccer, basketball, volleyball, all those things. But I'd probably say like 10U, I got really like into volleyball and travel, and my older sister played, and I just really started taking it more seriously. And then once I got to high school, I did play freshman basketball, but I knew that I wanted to go to college for volleyball and all that kind of stuff. So after my freshman year, I really just started focusing a lot more on volleyball.
Yeah, and that was, I mean, it happens a little bit with football, but that was the most I noticed with basketball when I was coaching basketball, and it happens year after year. It's like, oh, where's this person? Oh, they're at volleyball. Or where's this person? Oh, they're doing soccer.
Yeah,
You know?
and that's kind of like the hard part is how much travel volleyball does overlap with other sports. So like basketball, I would have to choose between volleyball and basketball. And while basketball is super fun to play, you know, I get like that's like where you get the looks is like from travel volleyball. So like that would kind of take a hurt on like my future if I skipped volleyball for basketball, which makes it hard. But
And it's definitely changed like over the years, right?
for
Because
sure.
it was everything was just like, all right, well, if you're playing high school, your high school sport, this is what's going to happen. In some sports, obviously football is like that because there's only one season of football. But you're right. If you go to these big, especially if you play on really good travel teams, go to these big time tournaments, that's where these big coaches are.
yeah,
You know?
for sure.
Yeah. Did your parents make you do a lot of things when you were younger?
Not really.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm kind of the same way as Bart, where like I was super active kid, and both my older siblings, my brother went and played basketball in college, and my sister's playing volleyball in college now.
Okay.
And so we were just an athletic family, I guess, where we just always wanted to go and like be doing something. So it was I feel like it was my decision too.
Where does your sister play?
She plays at Grand Valley.
Okay. And your brother?
He played at Trine University.
All right. Is that something like seeing? Are you the youngest?
Yeah.
So seeing like your two older siblings go to college, I'm sure that kind of played into like.
Yeah.
This is.
Yeah, kind of like this is what I want to do. Like
Yeah.
I want to go and play in college too. So.
And now you're better than both of them. Have you rubbed that in their faces?
Sometimes. It depends.
Abigail, what about you? Obviously, volleyball is a big sport for you now, but growing up, what were the things you did?
I probably started playing volleyball when I was about 9 or 10. I started playing club because we played I went to St. Rose before we came to Perrysburg.
Okay.
So I played CYO.
Yeah.
And then I played club. But before that, I played a lot of soccer from a young age. Softball. That was probably my number 2 sport before volleyball. And then basketball up until 4th or 5th grade. I gave basketball up.
Okay.
Until freshman year, of course.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, I played a lot of sports. I've pretty much tried it all. That was because of my mom, but also, like I said, I like to be active. Something I enjoyed. I'm the oldest, obviously. We talked about Keaton earlier. Like, me and Keaton, we're on the same little basketball teams, little t-ball teams.
Oh, really?
So, yeah. So, I always loved doing that. But, kind of like Katie said, like, her family is active, and that's how my parents were.
Yeah.
Or, like, my mom was. She was always, like, coaching for me and stuff. So, yeah, I played most sports going. And then probably, I'd say around 7th and 8th grade, I pretty much focused on volleyball. I ran track in 8th grade, and I ran track sophomore year. So I still did that. But with club volleyball, like Katie said, it's all year round, basically.
Yeah.
For my club, at least, we started in November, and we wouldn't end till, mid-June. So It's hard to do other stuff even though you want to.
Do you play for the same club your entire season or entire year? Okay.
Yeah.
Have you played for the same one for years now, or have you moved around?
Yeah, so I played at Premier for probably 8 years.
Okay.
I did 1 year at TVC, but yeah, so Premier, like I said, I started out Premier when I was 10.
Yeah.
And then up until this year, so it's been a long time.
What about you, Katie?
I've been at TVC for all my years. I don't even remember how old I was when I started.
Yeah.
I think the youngest they have is 10U or something, but I started when I was 8, when I was younger, and just played up. But I've been there for a long time.
Was there? I would imagine once you find your team or your club, you're just like, well, this is where I'm going to be. Was there any thought of I'm going to try another one, or do you even? Is there a point where you don't even try out for anymore?
So, personally, my pretty much throughout my whole life, I've only tried out for TVC, and then when I was going into my sophomore year, this other club did reach out and asked me to come play for them. It was a very high level club up in Michigan.
Okay.
But I mean, my team and the relationships that I built on that team was just way too strong for me to ever turn my head. While it was a cool opportunity that they saw me and reached out, I couldn't leave my teammates. So
yeah, I think teammates or when you get a job, your coworkers, that's the number one thing. Obviously you're playing the sport, but you have all that stuff in common, and building those relationships and having those relationships is why that happens. Where you're like, thanks, but no thanks. I'm here with all my friends and teammates here.
No, for sure. And that's what me and my parents have talked a little bit about too. It's yes, volleyball is such a big point, a big aspect of my life, but the things that I'm going to remember are the relationships that I've built throughout my whole journey of volleyball. So
that's one of my favorite things coaching sports is I could see someone that graduated 10 years ago that I coach and hey coach, how's it going? And then to be able to talk and I've talked about it a lot in this podcast where that's why I like building the relationships where if I was a jerk to you guys freshman year, you wouldn't be sitting here on my podcast. You know what
Exactly.
I mean? It's fun to coach the sport, but it's also fun to build these relationships and try it. For me, it was new. I think my first year with you guys was my first time coaching basketball. So trying new things and meeting new people and all that stuff. So have you guys ever played each other in club?
No.
No? What, are you guys at different levels or?
Yeah. Well, we are at different levels and definitely different tournaments. So for club volleyball, there's different types of like leagues almost.
Okay.
So we were in different. We tend toward AAU, and you guys are more JVA, correct? Or is it the opposite?
I honestly don't know.
That's all right. That's all right. That's all right.
I just kind of show up where they tell me to go.
Well, that's like, I mean, softball. I coach travel softball, and there's classes. There's A, B, and C, and then rec. You know, so you're not a C team isn't going to play in an A team. That's why I asked about those levels too. Like if there's levels to teams.
Yeah, there are. There's like Open, National, USA, and then it like kind of goes on. There's like it's crazy. These tournaments are huge.
Yeah.
But yeah, there are different levels.
Yeah.
Do you have favorite tournaments you go to, or I would because I would imagine you find some, your coach finds some, and you're like, oh, that we're gonna do this one again next year or whatever.
I guess just for me, I really like the end of the year. It's just called Summerfest. It's like it's in Columbus, and usually it's like really nice weather, and it's right before Nationals. So that tournament's always just like good vibes. It's fun.
Okay.
You can walk around, go do stuff like in Columbus because, like I said, it's so warm. So that's my favorite person.
I don't know if I feel like the atmosphere at the tournaments are like very like the same. Like you walk in and then like into the convention center and it's just like a bunch of volleyball courts. So like for me personally, I like to think more about like the places. Like my favorite was probably Las Vegas because it was like 105 and like that's like the perfect weather. Like I love it.
God.
I love when it's like so hot.
It's 1 billion degrees outside. No, thank you.
Yeah, so I really like that. Or we went to Dallas this past year, and I mean it was nice because it was hot out, but there were so many homeless people.
Oh, really?
Like every single step, there was like a homeless person. It was crazy. But
That's leads me to another point, and I'm glad you said that it's cool. Obviously, the volleyball is taking you guys to these different cities and different places and check different things out because I think it's important for you now. While it's sad to see all these homeless people, but you experience things outside of Perrysburg. You know, I mean, if there's a lot of people outside of Perrysburg call this Perfectsburg, and even though it's not, but to get out of here and to see those other things and you know interact with other people and you know see different people other than the people you hang out with. Like it's important to do all that. And if you can do it before you get to college, that's even better because college is going to happen. Whether you like it or not, you know, because you're gonna have classes full of 300 people, and there's gonna be all kinds of different people, you know. So it is good to experience that kind of stuff. And I try to tell some of the football players, not so much, obviously not this year because I was a freshman coach, but I always talk to the seniors about that kind of stuff. Like, make sure you understand like life isn't this bubble. You know, you can take some of this bubble with you, you know, but it's more than that.
yeah, for sure.
Obviously, you're going to play college volleyball. How was the recruiting process for you?
It was good.
Yeah.
Very.
And I feel like, sorry to cut you off, but I feel like you committed early too.
So volleyball's kind of weird. So basically, you can start talking to coaches June 15th of your going in, like it's like end of sophomore year, pretty much.
Okay.
And like for me, I didn't really know. Like for my sister, we like were basing it off of my sister pretty much. And like she didn't really have coaches like really talking to her until like her senior year. But like for me, it was like June 15th, and like I'd have like people calling, and like texts and like all this kind of stuff. And it was a very like sped up process. Like it was very stressful. But it probably took like in the span of 2-3 months, and like you would set up phone calls, have like phone calls with like 4 different coaches in a day, set up visits, have to do like a bunch of research on the school, all that kind of stuff. And then I probably visited 5 different schools. But when I like walked into Northern Illinois, I don't know, I just had like a feeling on the campus and like with the coaches and the teammates. And like they're just like felt like people I'd want to be around. And I like kind of told my dad walking off, I was like, Dad, I think this is the one. So it was just like a cool feeling to have. But the commitment process was definitely a little stressful.
Yeah.
But like once I like felt the feeling, it was like, okay, this is good. Like all the stress, all the hard work, like it wasn't for nothing. Like I did find like where I wanted to go and the place and everything and the coaches that I liked. So yeah.
Did you Were there schools, and obviously you don't have to name them, were there schools where you got there like, nope, like right away you kind of...
Yeah, there were. I kind of had like I wanted air conditioning in my dorms and like
Yeah, so yeah, there are definitely like amenities. You're like,
yeah.
you're like, okay, well, especially now you might have conceded something if you're like, no, I love the coaches, I love the locker rooms and the court, all this stuff. I don't have air conditioning. Well, I think I can look past that.
Yeah.
But if like school's already like down here, then you're like, nah, I'm out. you know?
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, it was a cool process and like one that I'm definitely grateful that I got to go through. But it was just hard because I didn't really have like a lot of guidance going through it. So it was kind of like a lot of like just on me, and even like before June 15th, like emailing coaches, sending out film, like before they can really answer back. But like you had to do so much stuff prior, and it was just like it was a lot of like time and commitment. But you know, I'm definitely grateful for it because it got me where I am. But
Yeah. Do you think it helped having your older sister and older brother go through the process a little bit?
I think in the beginning, like it helped, like, cause I knew like, okay, I need to be sending out huddle films and like I need to be sending out like kind of like an email with like prior to the huddle field film saying, okay, I'm Katie Pahl. This is like, I'm this tall. This is my blah, blah, blah. Like
Your
whatever.
bio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like it was definitely nice having like my sister for like all that. But like I said before, we were just kind of like at two different time periods when like they reached out, and I didn't realize with like D1 it was such like a okay, you have 2 months, and then it's like they want to be done and like starting recruiting the next class.
Okay.
So it definitely was a sped up process, and that's why I did commit so early, because it's kind of like you got
That's what you do.
You got this little chunk of period, and then they're on to the next class. So yeah, that's why it was so sped up. But
I think it's so easy. I mean, you guys don't realize it, but it's so easy to send film to coaches now. Like, I mean, I'm only 40, but when I was in high school, if we wanted to send film, it was literally like, all right, here's this VHS tape. Like, here's this tape that you gotta send to somebody, and they gotta put it in their VCR and watch it. You know, and I don't know if you guys even know what those things are, or have seen those things, but that those are like it's. I mean, and I'm glad you guys are able to make film and cut film and do all that stuff, and because it helps you all out, and that's why I've noticed so many kids going not only D1 but D2 and D3 and AIA, like because they have the ability to get this film out so much. You know?
Yeah, for sure.
Abigail, what are your plans after high school? Are you playing in college, or do you want to play in college, or are you just done? Or
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay.
I'm going into retirement after this school season. I love volleyball, but I'm just kind of ready for the next chapter to open up. So I don't know where I want to go to school yet. I've applied to a bunch of places. My top right now would probably be Kentucky.
Oh, okay.
Which, because my mom gave me about a 4-5 hour. That's probably some lot to go.
Oh, she said you can't go.
Yeah. So
here's the radius, and don't leave here. Okay.
So Kentucky's a really cool school. It's closed. I could come home on the weekends, but it's still like SEC, so you kind of get like that type of lifestyle. So I'm excited for that. And then after that, I want to go to law school.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
All right. Do you want to be a lawyer, or do you want to do like?
Yeah. So I probably want to be a corporate lawyer.
Oh, okay. All right.
So that's why I'm gonna probably major in, again, depending where I get in, but accounting or economics.
Okay.
That way I'll have all that knowledge going into law school. So.
What made you want to do that?
She's good at arguing.
Yeah. All right.
Do you do speech or debate in high school, or no?
No. I with volleyball, I don't have time. I haven't been able to do that. But definitely just like politics is something that's very like interesting to me. I really like that. Just stuff that's usually, boring, like government stuff that people usually see. Like that's something like I'm kind of like a nerd about. Like I love reading about that. Like I usually stay up to date. Like I really enjoy all that. And then the corporate part probably comes from, I just really have always kind of liked business, like the idea of that. And I'm involved at DECA at Perrysburg High School. And I love the class. And not only like do I love like the class and the teacher, but like the stuff that we're learning is something that's just so like interesting to me.
Okay.
And it's kind of something I can like be a nerd about. And so that's why I think that like I'm lucky that I can like put those two things together.
Yeah.
Because I know that they're things that I could care about. And like being a lawyer, you're not doing the same thing every day. So I feel like that's something, like I said, like I always have to be like doing something. So I think that's something that's gonna really help me down the
Well,
road.
if you want to be a lawyer, you'll be working your 18-hour days and just going and going. And
Yeah. Yes.
Kentucky, one of my favorite football players ever, Zach Schroeder, goes there, and I see his snaps all the time about he went to the Texas Kentucky football game, and it is unreal, like just seeing. And he was like he couldn't be. I don't think he could be further up in the stands, but it was cool to see like the atmosphere of that. We're used to Bowling Green or UT, and which are fun in its own right, but going to a gigantic stadium like that is pretty cool.
Yeah, for sure.
What are you going to study? Do you know yet?
So I want to go into the medical field.
Okay.
I'm thinking maybe nursing and then going back and like getting like a nurse practitioner. But it's honestly up in the open right now. There's a bunch of options, and I'll figure it out once.
Do either of you feel was there any pressure to like I got to go to college, whether it's to play sport or just go in general, or is it just like what, this is what I want to do?
Or I can go. For me, no. My parents, it wasn't like you have to go to college. Like it wasn't like a constant pressure, but like to be aware you have to go to college. Like that's not something that you can't really go to college for. So that's why for me it's just always been like, okay, like that's what I'm gonna do. So and I'm gonna have to go to extra college. Law school is gonna be extra. So that's just kind of always been a thing in my head. But I know that my parents, if there was something that I didn't have to go to college for, they would support me not going to college and just like finding something. That's why like if I wanted to do something like trades related or something, I'd probably just go to Penta because and do that. And the college isn't really needed. But like I said, being a lawyer, lots of school. So so it's just never really been like a non-thought in my mind.
Yeah. Katie, what about you?
Same for me. My parents have never like pressured me into anything. Even playing volleyball, like they said, if you want to play, like we'll support you. If not, like then we're gonna support you down your other journey too. Which is really nice to have. So no pressure.
That's what I had people always ask me because I've coached football for a long time now, and they're like, well, what if when this is when Mateo was little, I was like, what if your son doesn't want to play? I was like, well, then he doesn't want to play. I'm still gonna coach and I'll cheer on whatever else he's doing. I did tell my son loves football, but when Mateo was like 2 or 3. Just running around, I go, he's gonna be a big kid, and we're gonna have like the biggest piano player or something. but we haven't done that, so he's just a gigantic football player now. So that's good to hear because there was a time I feel like where there was a lot of pressure, like whether parents actually said it to them or they just felt like, well, I have to go to college because this is what you're supposed to do, and so it's good to hear that. And it's not just you two. There's other people I talk to who are like, no, my parents will be happy with whatever I'm doing as long as I'm always going forward. Always going forward, trying something, doing something. For sure. Yeah. You mentioned Penta. Is there at Perrysburg? Is that the Penta? Like I would say, it's a stigma, but it's like something like, oh, the terrible kids go to Penta. Is that still prevalent in Perrysburg?
I feel
in certain I think areas of Penta. Like one of our teammates is in what's hers?
Cosmetology.
Okay,
and like she's like making money doing stuff at Penta. Like I feel like that's a great way to go. So like, but there are certain fields at Penta where it's like,
there's like I feel like just like certain like I don't know how to word this.
Yeah, it's hard to word, but like certain
like classes
groups of people
go
to Penta because
well, I think I guess there are always certain groups of kids in high school where regardless of what they're doing, they're like, well, don't go there or don't do that or whatever, right?
But no, there's definitely a good amount of people there's definitely a good amount of people that go there and just are trying to like personally, like Bart said, if I didn't want to go to college and I saw an opportunity at Penta and it really interested me, like I would go there too. I think it's an amazing opportunity that's given to these high school students. So yeah,
we're especially like as big as a high school as we are. I feel like we're really lucky like that we get the opportunity to do that. Because it's smart. It's a big money saver. Like you can get your license like coming right out of high school.
Yeah. And they get a lot of like cool things too. Like
Yeah.
our teammate, she like did this unboxing. And
Oh,
she
really?
got like she got like a whole bunch of like cool hairstyle stuff.
nice.
Yeah.
I was kind of jealous.
Yeah, it was actually really cool. I was
Yeah.
like,
I was like, dang.
yeah.
Oh, that's funny. I always think when I was in high school that I should have went to Penta, but it was the same thing. Like, oh, don't go there. Now it sounds like it's better, but when I was in high school, it was don't go there at all. No one should go there.
Yeah.
But it seems like you guys say it's a good opportunity. If you know exactly what you want to do and Penta has it, then go do it. You know?
Yeah.
My son did their Penta camp this summer and he really enjoyed it. And they did, they have all kinds of stuff. Every day they did a separate thing, and then he likes food, so the next week he did it was like 3-day culinary camp too that he really liked. So I don't know if he's ended up doing that stuff. I always ask him, like, I mean, he's in 8th grade. I asked him, like, well, what do you want to do? I don't know. I'm like, all right.
It's okay. I was the same
Good
way.
talk. Yeah. And I think as he gets older, my daughter's pretty certain. She's 11. She's pretty certain she wants to be a teacher. Which maybe every little girl at some point wants to be a teacher. I don't know. But she really enjoys it. She wants to coach too. She twirls baton, and her coach is really good, and that's what she sees. She's like, yeah, I want to coach. She also wants to start making money coaching. I was like, well, let's slow down a little bit. Let's do this other things first.
That's funny.
Yeah. Have you guys ever thought about that after you guys are done on coaching?
I don't know about you, but yeah, I like when we did the little kids camp. Like I know people really think it's boring, but like that's my favorite week of the summer. Like I love doing it so much. Like I love connecting like with the little girls. It's always so much fun. So I would totally see myself coaching something after high school. After because I'm probably going to come back for law school to save some money. I'll probably be a bum, live with my parents, go to UT Law because they have a good program.
Yeah.
And coaching would be something that I would love to do. Like I said, I just really have enjoyed it from the experiences that I've gotten so far.
Yeah. Well, I think a lot of times too, having good coaches. Obviously, you're going to play volleyball because you love volleyball, but having good coaches, or even experiencing every once in a while, if you experience a bad coach, then like, oh, I know. If I want to do it, I know not to do that.
Yeah,
or they could be a good coach all around, except this one thing they do that kind of irritates you. You're like, I don't like that, and I'm definitely not going to do that. What about you, Katie? Have you thought about it?
Yeah, I think it would be really cool to coach. I feel like for me, like volleyball has been such like a positive impact on my life, and like if I could do that to other little girls, like that would be like a really cool feeling to have. So I definitely have thought about it, and yeah, and the kids camp is also like always fun. And like you see other girls, like this girl this past year, like she was crying on the last day and I was like, what's wrong? And she was like, I don't want you to stop being my coach. And it was just like the cutest thing ever. And then they all come back for a game. We have what's it called?
Volley Jackets Night.
Jackets nights, and they all come and like we hand out t-shirts, and it's just like really cool to see like the community and like how many other like little girls inspire and like look up to us. So it's definitely like a super cool feeling to have.
That is a thing you don't realize right away, that you're like, I'm just this 17, 18-year-old kid playing volleyball, but you don't realize that there's these 6, 7, 8-year-olds that are like, looking up to you.
Yeah.
No. I immediately thought of my son.
I'm sorry.
But it is a cool feeling because I would imagine you can flash back to yourself at that point where you're like, oh yeah, I remember being that young and seeing volleyball players and everything.
For sure, yeah.
I try to get my daughter to play. She's really tall, and she's athletic, but she just, I don't know. She's never been able to try it, or she's never wanted to try it. She's done basketball a couple times, and I do think it's funny where she's at a camp for 3 days and she's like, oh yeah, my coach, this coach or that coach. I'm like, and I think it's funny like how right away kids associate whoever's teaching me this thing is my coach, and same thing with that girl who started crying. I was like, I don't want to stop. It's a lot of fun, So that's cool. What are the? I'm ashamed to say it's been a long time since I've seen a volleyball game. What is the atmosphere like? Especially, obviously, home games are better than away games, but what is the atmosphere like for you? And does it pump you up to have those stupid football players there and running around doing things, or do they go to volleyball games anymore?
High schoolers, it kind of depends. Football players, not as much. I think it's hard with like their busy schedule, and like we had played our games start at like 5:45 now, super early.
Yeah.
So they're still practicing.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
okay.
we definitely have moved our games up, but home games, like the community always shows up.
Yeah.
There's definitely always like a bunch of people there supporting us. Personally, I know like all my grandparents come, my aunts come.
Yeah.
I've been very blessed to have a super like foundational support around me, which is really cool to have and see everyone after games and everything. But I think against good teams and when it's like very like neck and neck, the atmosphere is super cool. It's super competitive, super loud, energetic. We just came off from playing a game on Thursday, and it was like really like echoey in the gym, which made like all like everything just like heightened. But it was like a super fun game to play. We had like so much energy.
Yeah, I think that was one of my favorite games this season for sure. It was so much fun. And even though it was an away game, our section was pretty filled.
Oh yeah.
I'd say.
I think all our parents are so supportive and like they come and support us no matter what, no matter how far the drive is, which is a super cool thing to have. So
Yeah. Well, yeah. Congratulations on district champions.
Thanks.
5 in a row, right?
Yep.
Yeah. And by the time this comes out, this will be out in a few weeks. But when is your next game?
Wednesday.
Where's that at?
it's like 2 hours and 5 minutes away.
Yeah,
I don't know where it's at, but I know the time.
Starts with a B.
Brunswick?
No, that's who we
that's
just
where you
played.
were.
It's,
Yeah.
That's who we
okay.
just beat.
Okay.
But we play mentor.
Mentor. Oh, mentor.
Okay. And you've obviously the volleyball program has been very good for a long time, and Coach Davidson has a lot to do with that. Whenever a new season starts, obviously this one's ending, but whenever a new season starts, is there pressure to perform because, well, now this is your 5th district championship in a row, but like, is there pressure like, okay, we got to keep this thing going, we got to now we're seniors and we do what we have seen.
Yeah, I think personally, like for me this year, I kind of like stepped into it and like thought, okay, like this is it, like this is our last year playing together, playing on this team, wearing Perrysburg. So like I might have felt a little bit of pressure, but I also just felt like I just want to like have fun and like play good and like all that kind of stuff. And going in a tournament, we said before, like it's one and done. Like this could so easily be our last game, and we have the skills and the ability to go far. So like we need to just go out every game like with energy swinging away. It doesn't matter if like you're not having your best game or something. Like know like your teammate's gonna be right there to pick you up.
Yeah.
But like we don't like we want to go out like on a bang. Like like do like so like that's kind of my mindset. Go into every game, especially now because it could so easily be your last. So like leave everything on the court. Yeah,
no, I agree. I think this year was kind of a special year because we lost a lot of big seniors last year. Like a lot of people who made a really big impact on our team. And so I think this year, I kind of think we were looked down upon in the NLL.
Yeah,
if I'm being
for sure.
honest. I definitely think we were kind of supposed to be seen as like a middle of the pack team. And I feel like we were really anything but that. I think we got second in the NLL.
Yeah.
And I just think like the pressure is always there. Like we're Perrysburg volleyball. Like doesn't matter who's out there on the court. Like there's a standard and like there's a culture. But I feel like for me at least, instead of like a pressure, it's like a motivation. Like you want to do good. Like Kitty said, like it's our last year. Like we got to go out with a bang, and that's why I feel like we like for mentality for postseason, like I feel like it's been so positive and everyone's been so excited because like we are Perrysburg volleyball and like we want to use that pressure to drive us and like Kay said, go far.
Yeah, I know. Same thing with football. When you're in these tournaments, there's only one team that gets to celebrate at the end of the year, and everyone else is, sad and crying and upset. And that's the hardest part is to see like people like yourselves as athletes work so hard to do these things, and then their last thing of them is just being upset, But also that to me when I see that is like, well, that's how much they love doing what they're doing, and now it's done. And again, it's not necessarily the volleyball because you're going to continue to play, and I'm sure you'll find yourself, at a co-ed volleyball game somewhere on campus, right? So like you're going to continue to do the sport, but not with these people.
Yeah.
And I think that's what that's what you guys are most sad about. I'm not trying to put words in your mouth, but you don't get to wear the Perrysburg uniform anymore, and that's sad.
Yeah. And we've been blessed. Like our senior class is super, like, we're close and, like, we're all friends, and we've been blessed to have a really good class and, you know, play together for a long time and enjoy playing together, so.
And speaking of your senior class, I just saw that Hayden was hurt. What happened?
Yeah.
So I guess I'll tell the story because it happened at my house.
Oh,
but-
it wasn't even at volleyball?
Well, okay, so
It was at, like, a volleyball
she's
team
had
bonding.
yeah,
Okay,
so she's
okay.
had prior shoulder injuries before.
Okay. You're prefacing it by saying, this is not my fault. But
This well, yeah, basically. But so we always do a team bonding every year where everyone in the program comes, freshman, JV, varsity.
nice.
So everyone's at my house, and every year we get the slip and slide, and it's like inflatable.
Yeah.
And you know everyone's running and jumping down, and Hayden and Katie go, and they jump down, and then Hayden just comes out, and she's like, my shoulder, and we're like,
Yeah, I'm, like, right next to her, and she's like, my shoulder, I can't feel my shoulder. And she was like, I think it's out of socket. She was like, I think it's out of socket. And I was like, Hayden, move your fingers. And she starts moving her fingers. I was like, I think you're good. I don't think it's out of socket.
Dr. Katie over here.
So then, yeah. And then I was just kind of sitting at the other end. I was like, oh, crap. I didn't really know what to say.
Yeah.
And so our coaches came running down. So, like, and then we were, like, talking to them. And, yeah, so we thought it was something minor. I don't know. We went back into the house. My mom saran wrapped the ice pack to her shoulder.
Yeah.
Like peas or something.
Yeah, right. It was frozen peas from our freezer.
All right.
My mom wrapped her up, and then she played for a while on it. She went to physical therapy, and then they told her that she tore her meniscus.
Yeah, so
That's
That's your knee.
Yeah.
Wait.
so basically,
Yeah, you go.
basically she like got the imaging and like all the stuff done, and her doctor said that there's like it was torn off her like bone, like the muscle was. I don't know the exact
Like a
muscle.
labrum or
Yeah, her
Labrum.
labrum.
That's
Yes.
what I was
It
thinking
was
of.
torn off her bone, but it couldn't get any worse, which is why she kept playing on it. But then it got to the point where she wants to play in college, so like she like made the decision for her future to like get it now. That way she can heal and still, you know, be back for a little bit of club, which is like where all the recruiting is.
Yeah.
But when they got into the surgery, the doctor actually said like it was like a lot worse than like what they thought. Everything's fine.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, she's definitely just like a strong individual and a strong teammate playing through that and playing for us. And we know it was a super hard decision for her to get the surgery, but no matter what, we're gonna support her and her decisions and stuff. So, yeah.
Dang, that's a bummer.
I know.
It is crazy to hear her just like, well, it's not going to get worse. Let's just keep trying and keep
Yeah,
going.
and that's what she did. And she was like, she was like, every time she swung, it was it was painful. And I was like, Hayden, but she kept playing for as long as she could. So, yeah.
Is she? So is she playing basketball, or she can't play basketball?
I don't know how long the recovery is.
All
She's still like wearing a sling where like she can't move it.
Yeah.
Still, she's got like nails in there or something.
Screws, maybe.
It was really cool. I got to see it after the surgery, and it was kind of cool to like see it.
It's always what we had. 3 broken legs this year on a freshman football team.
Yeah.
And one was I've never seen a broken bone. Like it wasn't compound, but I've never seen a broken bone. It was if this was the whole leg and the foot was here, it was indented like this, and it both tibia and fibia. And then I saw the X-ray where it was just broken, and then the X-ray where it fixed, it had these plates and screws and everything. I was like, gosh! And then that kid didn't even have a cast on; like he could just walk around without a cast, which is amazing to me. I don't know why. I don't know why they do that. But yeah, it was a terrible year for injuries for the freshman football team.
Yeah, I heard about like the 3 collision or something that happened.
Yeah, on one play we had to send 2 kids to the hospital in the ambulance.
Yeah. That's
Luckily
crazy.
everyone's okay. Everyone's doing fine there. Everyone's recovering.
That's good.
But yeah, it was not fun. Before we go, I do want to mention Abigail, your nickname is one of my favorite nicknames I've ever heard, and it's so simple. Like it's just the beginning of your last name.
Yeah.
But when I heard Katie say it was so funny to me, and I don't know if it's because you're a woman or what, but because it's simple. It's Bart, and it's so. Is that? Have you always been called that?
Yeah, from starting club volleyball, probably when I was like 9 or 10. That's probably when I like got like the nickname.
Yeah.
Because everyone would just call me by my last name and just shorten it
guess.
to Bart.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
What do your parents say about that? Do they care? Do they call you Bart too?
Yeah, they think it's funny. My mom like yell at me, call me Bart like in the stands and stuff. Well, because that's my mom's maiden name. So when she was in high school, they called her Bart too.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
and so that's why it's kind of funny.
Yeah.
My stepdad thinks it's really funny. He got me a water bottle.
Yeah, and
it says Bart on it. It's like a nice Yeti. It's really
Oh,
funny.
nice, nice. And Kate, do people call you KP?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I think nicknames are. I love nicknames. I don't know why. I just think it's one of those things where your friends just. It usually starts with them messing around with you, and that's how a lot of nicknames happen. But then it just grows to whatever it is. You know? I've had my friends. We graduated high school 21 years ago, and my friends still call me my nickname. So it's it is fun. It's a cool thing, and again, it's a team thing, right?
For sure.
Or-
Yeah, I think everyone we made nicknames for everybody on the team. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
My daughter was just telling me she goes to HPI, and they were playing whatever game they were playing at recess. But she's like, "Yeah, Dad, we gave all each other nicknames. Like this one girl has blonde hair, so we call her Goldilocks, and this other kid we call them Gummy Bears, and this other kid they're way too long for nicknames.
Yeah.
But so all these things, and then she recently had 2 of her pet fish die. So I was like, "Yeah, Dad." She was like, "Yeah, Dad, all these nicknames," and then they call me Dead Fish. I'm like, "Oh."
That is terrible.
I know. And she acted out. She goes, "Right here, dead fish, right here, right here." I'm like, "Oh my God, Lily." I was like, "Are you okay?" She goes, "It's fine, it's funny." I'm like, "Okay, as long as it's okay."
Oh my.
Yeah.
So that's hopefully that one doesn't stick, but lucky
Yeah.
she'll be unlucky in senior year. They'll still be calling her dead
Dead
fish or
fish.
DF or something. Thank you both for coming out here, coming on the podcast. It was great to since moving back to the high school, being a freshman coach. It was cool to see you guys all the time.
Yeah,
so that was cool.
no, for sure.
And I do point to my basketball coaching little career I've had here so far, and point to your class because it was. You guys taught me a lot on how I haven't coached girls in a long time, and if it was like 5-year-old t-ball or something.
Yeah.
But to coach young women in a sport and that's serious. It's high school, so it's a little more serious. But you guys taught me a lot, and a lot of things that I could definitely carry forward. Going on and what to do and what not to do, and how to coach. So I appreciate that, and good luck the rest of the way. Like I said, when this comes out, hopefully you guys are still playing volleyball.
Yeah, for sure.
But again, thank you for coming on.
Yeah, thank you
thanks
for
for
having
having
us.
us.
This is awesome.
Thanks for downloading this episode of the Nerdball Podcast. If you want to reach out or be on the show, just search the Nerdball Podcast on any social media. If you want to email us, that is thenerdballpodcast@gmail.com. And of course, there's always YouTube, so you can go on there, subscribe to the Nerdball Podcast, and watch the podcast every week. As always, thanks to Real JP Multimedia, Cuddlefish Graphics, Big Daddy Graphics, and Perrysburg Junior High STEM Lab for always supporting the podcast. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time.